What's up, guys? It's Jish. Today we're making a little bit of a different video, and I'm gonna be showing you guys tips and tricks on building, especially more modern structures in Minecraft, houses and those buildings over there. Number one tip: use Bedrock Minecraft. Why? One reason. If I get any block here, doesn't matter which. Let me show you the one reason that you want to use Bedrock Edition. That you can build and break things so much faster, and that is probably the single-handedly made these builds made it easier to build these, and made actually would motivate me to build these things, because I could actually complete them and it wouldn't be as tedious. And that's my first tip: use Bedrock Edition for building, at least. um Second tip, I'm gonna stick around this house for most of it probably, and I'll start with exterior stuff, then move to interior stuff. But first tip would be to obviously make a roof, but another tip you could use is an overhang, and this adds depth to it. If you combine that with using glass panes instead of glass blocks, I think it looks really good. It adds a lot of depth and whatever to your build. Look, I got I got a lot of this stuff from either my friends or Grian, actually. So, uh, seriously, if you want actual building tips, watch Grian. But these are just my random ones. Um, but yeah, do like an overhang like this for the roof, and it just adds, looks like a real house. And then you can do one of these things where you have part of the window sticking out. Like my real house has that. Uh, so I made the Minecraft house have it. Well, my real house looks nothing like this, but it has this kind of thing. And always make things like this symmetrical. So you want to have windows on like on either side, and then the two spaces that don't have windows should be the spaces that these are on. It just balances. You want to have everything balanced out on the main thing is just to have things balanced out as much as you can, and that's why I like this house, because the outside is almost completely symmetrical. And I say almost because well, I guess yeah, this is now symmetrical, but yeah, the whole house is pretty much, aside from not having a door here, completely symmetrical, and these are not on the back side, but I think they look pretty bad on the back side. Um, so yeah, that's one of my that's the first couple things, and then always use a bell for a house, like a doorbell, and then I did something like this, where I made fences go up to make some sort of entrance. An entrance to a dark oak door, which is a lot better than using a regular oak door for like a modern looking house. Oh yeah, this is good. And then these work well as like a garage door. Um, and here is Supreme Boy the horse. Um, Other random exterior things. Don't use torches. Use lanterns. Lanterns are the new lighting source. Take advantage of finally a good looking lighting source. Make street lights like this, or make any kind of street lights, I guess, with lanterns, and put lanterns in your house and on street signs. It just looks so good compared to the old lighting sources. But here's an example, specifically like this house here. Some of these houses are an example of what a house will look like if you don't incorporate some of these tactics. Like, this house looks flat and bland because it's using regular glass blocks, and no overhang. This house is using an overhang, but no panes. I think there's one house that uses panes but no overhang. No, it's just more of the same. Oh, I forgot about this house. But yeah. Oh yeah, that sand's over there. I didn't make that. My friend did, so before you ask. What else? That's just a random beach house I made. I'll get to the skyscrapers later. And why I build those. Like that. But onto this house, which this I like. I like the design. This looks more like like an American house you'd see in a like a suburban American house. And look, I'll admit, got this tip directly from Grian, and that is it's a really good tip, and that's when building a house or any structure, kind of like that building right there. You want to just do random shapes. Don't do a rectangle. You know. I guess it's harder for me to realize that on my own because my house in real life is just a rectangle basically. But this house here, like, and all of these bigger houses, the reason they look fancier is because they have, you know, more shapes. So you start with just an outline. You just do random things going out and in and random corners, and eventually it comes out something like this, where, yeah, you've completely got rid of the symmetry factor to it, but you also, it just, in my opinion, this house looks pretty nice. Especially, I like this angle here, because you can see everything, the chimney, the fenced-in area, and just all of these random shapes. And I like this angle too. For some reason, I like this, because, well, you want to do something like this where you have lanterns above, like you have a long thing and you put a bunch of windows here. Just put lanterns here, you know, just to kind of add detail and things to look at. Another thing to add detail and things to look at are shutters. Again, I got this tip from watching Grian also, but this is still a good little thing to remember. When building a house, as long as you have space for it, use trapdoors as shutters. This house has it too. That house has it. And that house doesn't have it. But oh yeah, this, if you want something that looks more futuristic, kind of, you do this, you know. But it's more of a styling choice. And then again with the stairs and the overhang thing, stairs can be tough to build with, which is why this kind of gets screwed up right here. But tried my best on this. I think I did a bit better with these ones or with this one specifically. Until you get here and oh god. But like, I don't think this one looks that bad. Oh yeah, and then chimneys. You always want chimneys. Here's an example of what happens when you build a flat roof on a big building that's not supposed to be a skyscraper. It looks bad. Yeah, I know. This is a school and I made it look bad on purpose. Just to show that. Like this is some sort of apartment building, I don't really know. But I'm building this. And I'm giving it the same treatment as my original house over there, which is overhang plus wood on the going up every few blocks. And I like that. And another thing, if you're building a city or town, having like a town end and nether portal that's like themed looks pretty cool. I'll go into the nether one here real quick, but you go into here and it's looks like that. And these buildings are, I tried to theme them after the Nether in the end, and I think I did decent, I guess. And that is, I think, all I have for exterior stuff. But I'm gonna go into a house which is an example of what not to do. And this house is a good example of what never to do. First of all, it has no overhang, no panes, but it's using an oak door, which I don't think you should use oak doors. I don't know. But here's what the problem is. It has a grass floor. This is okay in survival, but this is gonna sound basic, but don't do this, please. This house is just for filler space, so to put houses here. I built, this took me 3 minutes at most to build. Don't do this. Don't put a grass floor in your building. And then oh yeah, I have some more exterior things. So bridges, fences look really good. And, again, lanterns. Don't use torches. Use lanterns, like these street lights. Also, concrete for roads looks pretty good. Street signs. And then for the skyscrapers over here, first of all, why do I build these? I build these, honestly, for stress relief. I don't know. Something about building these and then the accomplishment of just, oh, I built this. It's kind of cool, and it just kind of, I don't know. Sometimes I just build these. I haven't put any interiors in these yet. This is why I can build these quickly. If I'm not putting it in, honestly, the interior is harder than the exterior for Minecraft building. Because you have to get real creative in what you do. But for just building a skyscraper, they're actually surprisingly easy. This here took me, I'd say, 5 minutes. 5 minutes, maybe more, a little more to build. Just because combining that Bedrock speed building thing, you can just keep stacking blocks up and, all the way up here and just keep going. And I did like an alternating thing for this building to make it look kind of stand out a little bit. And then this is that supposed to look like the Hancock building in Boston. So I did that kind of thing with the blue glass, but I did these every 7 blocks just to keep it not just one thing in glass. This is bland. This is kind of an example of what not to do for a skyscraper. This is the first one I built, and it just kind of looks bland and boring. This one is the tallest one. It's not really made to look like anything specifically. It's just supposed to look like a tall building. And I did kind of the same thing as that one, where I did cyan instead of blue. And every 10 blocks, there's a ring of cyan concrete. This is, well, this is for Juice WRLD, but this is the clock tower, and I just did 3 towers coming off of it, 2 on the sides. The side ones are the same dimensions, but the middle one is like doesn't go out as far, but it's taller. So it kind of balances that out. And then you have the clock here with end rods, because not only do they produce light, but they're the only horizontal beams. So if you want a horizontal beam for a clock, end rods have got you covered. And I think this clock looks not half bad in my opinion. Just for me, at least. Now on to some interior things before I end off the video. Couple things. Again, don't use grass floors, but also for a bathroom, banners as curtains I think look pretty good as curtains, I guess, because nothing else you can use. And then that trapdoor in a cauldron kind of looks like a toilet, and tripwire and hopper looks kind of like a sink. Yeah, kitchen looks bad. Table and chairs, yeah, oldest trick in the book. TV, scaffolding kind of looks like a nightstand or a coffee table. There's Gekium the cat. If you want like a video game lounge, you want to have the Donkey Kong painting to look like a gaming, like a TV for video games. And then that room's not really that special. And then another bathroom with a sink and a trash can, because that's a trash can. And I'm not really sure what... Oh yeah, these are supposed to be like baskets. Shelving, I guess. But yeah. And then the pool. Oh yeah. This does not show it, but my house over here, I put a little pool in, and the bottom, I don't know where I got this trick, but you can just use glazed haircut, I think. And it will kind of have that crazy design that the bottom of pools have. And then this kind of looks like a grill. I don't know. To me, it does. I guess. But this house, I don't really like the interior at all. Very much. Yeah, I don't really like this at all. But this house is one for the exterior. But what are some things to take away from this? Well, first, always use a roof. Don't make a flat building. Try to do an overhang. Use panes instead of glass blocks. Don't use glowstone at all. Just don't use glowstone. This building uses glowstone, and I don't like it. Use lanterns for light. Lanterns are for light. And I think that's about it. Oh yeah, and try to make random shapes. Like this house also has kind of a cool little shape to it. And then when building large buildings like this, try to be some, don't just do like have some design to it. Don't just make it a big tower. Just have some design, something that someone could say, oh yeah, they made that while thinking that they're gonna design it this way. Like this one here. Like, oh yeah, you designed it to have a clock, or to have these 3 towers. And this one, oh yeah, you made it look like a real building. And this one, oh, you wanted it to look tall. And this one, oh, you wanted to look, I guess like an old school skyscraper, but like have specifically to have this kind of glass going up, and that kind of thing. And then pixel art, I'm not good at pixel art at all. You can tell because I made the Supreme, and I also made the Nike. But my friend's really good at it, so I built these Mario things. But I think that's all the tips I have. Oh yeah, and use Bedrock Edition to build. I think that's all the tips I have. I think that's it for this video. The only thing I want to say is, rip Juice WRLD, It's a random thing to end the video with, but, I guess I have to mention it since I have this and I have the juice blocks over there, but, I, honestly, and that was sad, because I think out of every musician I've ever listened to, Juice WRLD's probably my favorite, because he has had the most songs that I could probably listen to any of his songs and tolerate them. Like, I wouldn't say, oh, this is terrible. I can't say that for anyone else, I don't think. It just has so many good songs. I'm still discovering good songs from the unreleased playlist. Like, there's a SoundCloud playlist of unreleased songs, and just so good. So it's so sad, because he was like, okay, Peep and X are dead, but Juice is still alive. That was like the thing. Is like, okay, well, Peep and X are dead, but okay, at least Juice is still alive. All 3 of them are dead now, which sucks. And he predicted his death from the Legend song, and just really sad. And so yeah, so hope you enjoyed this video. If you want, comment if this if you have any other tips, if these tips helped you. Go watch Green if you want. actual building tips, and what's your favorite Juice WRLD song if you have one. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Oh, and bye.